7 Eastern Time's the scene. K-Black's Workshop's live on your favorite screen. From the White Mountains, she's bringing you the keys to unlock your potential, set your content free. Whether you're just starting or you're on the rise, this is where you'll find those golden allies. Create and connect, it's time to go live. Set your goals, watch your presence thrive. From insights to action, we're in this together. Kate's got the plan to make your content better. Each week a new topic, fresh ideas to explore. Community features, inspiration galore. Actionable steps to help you grow. Posting goals to keep your progress in flow. Whether you're just starting or you're on the rise, this is where you'll find those golden allies. Create and connect, it's time to go live. Set your goals, watch your presence thrive. From insights to action, we're in this together. Kate's got the plan to make your content better. Questions to the after space. X is where we'll meet face to face. Share your thoughts, show off your progress. Together we'll navigate the social congress. Subscribe on YouTube, follow on X and the gram. Turn those notifications on, be part of the fam. Visit Kate's website for even more support. The stream, see what's in store. Create and connect, it's time to go live. Set your goals, watch your presence thrive. From insights to action, we're in this together. Kate's got the plan to make your content better. Connect every Sunday night with Kate as your guide. Your future's bright. From the White Mountains to your screen, join the workshop, live out your dream.
Hello, everybody, and the people that are tuning in. I am starting up my live streams again. It's been a while. It's been a minute. I've been doing maybe intermittent ones here and there, but I was doing regular live streams over the summer on Sunday evening. So I'm going to be starting that up again, and hopefully I can keep that pretty consistent. So this is kind of just like continuing on the social media workshop that I was doing over the summer. And I did 8 weeks, and this is actually going to be week 9. So I'm going to pick up where we left off. But I want to take all the new folks that are following me, wherever you're watching this. I am broadcasting this on X, YouTube, and on Facebook. And you can always watch the replays there. But what's kind of cool is I have everything on my website. So you can follow this QR code. So feel free to do a screenshot. And let's see, maybe I can try something here and try this here. And I'm a little bit out of practice, guys. There we go. So you can kind of see me in the corner. All the stuff's on my website. So if you find what you're watching here today useful, you can go ahead to my website and sign up there. It's totally free. And I have all the past recordings of the previous 8 weeks, and you can kind of catch up. Now, you don't have to do that. You can participate whenever you want, whenever you feel like, and jump in along the way. But if you are starting out on social media, or you don't know like where your direction's headed, what you want to do on here, where you want to focus your energies and all this stuff, you're kind of a little bit lost, you can go back and start from the beginning. And it really is basically step one, and to get you started and focused and energized into being a content creator or just being present on social media as an individual, as a brand, in any capacity. So be sure to check that out. And I hope you do that, because it is it's pretty cool. I have workbooks every week to kind of focus your energy, little weekly challenges, all kinds of things. And let me pull this one down. We'll see what happens here. And then I do this one. There we go. Oh, I'm a little out of practice with all the little moving parts on this, and things have changed a little bit. I'm using StreamYard, by the way. So while I rustle this paper and cause a distraction, I'm going to also bring up my referral link, just so that if you are interested in trying out StreamYard, you can use my referral link through this QR code, and you'll get a $10 credit for trying out a paid subscription. They do offer a lot of value for the free plan. So the free plan is a great way to start and see if it's right for you. And then you're going to want to upgrade to the paid plan eventually if you are serious about doing live streaming. You can do webinars, even screen recording. It does a lot of features because you can just personalize things to fit your style and stream to multiple platforms, bring on guests, all that fun stuff. So take a screenshot of this, or put this live stream up on another screen, like your TV. You can watch on XTV app, or you can put it on your tablet or your computer, so that you can take notes and take screenshots during the stream. I recommend doing that. Because we're going to go into it today. We're talking about building confidence on camera. So, like, do you ever see yourself doing this kind of thing, just putting yourself out there as a live stream? But even like that's a bridge too far. Like, people can't even imagine that, some people. But even as simple as like recording a little video of yourself talking to the camera, for some people that's way too far, and that might be you. So this workshop, we're going to talk a lot about different strategies and ways to kind of get comfortable with that idea. Because if you really want to grow on social media, or really turn it into something more than just like a hobby, maybe something that you can actually provide value for people, sell a course, create content that's monetized, building something beyond just having fun and enjoying yourself, selling products, if you are a maker or an artist, for example, as well. So we're gonna the key to unlocking all that is to really be the personality that is behind your channel, your brand, your account. So the previous week's workshops, remember there are 8 of them up until this point, really kind of focus your energy and hone it in, and really help you define who you want to be and who you are, first of all, to get to this point. And when you do all that work of the previous weeks, this part becomes way easier. So if you are struggling with the idea of putting yourself out there as yourself, beyond some reasons that are kind of beyond your control, like if you have a job somewhere and that just isn't something that you can do, that's that kind of situation. And obviously that's not what I'm talking about. But if you want to communicate yourself as your own brand, or as a face for another brand or a company, then you really need to understand and have that confidence behind you, within you, and it translates through the camera, and people can tell right away. So I know there's some people who are watching, so it'd be great if you could say hi in the comments. No pressure, you don't have to. I won't call you out if you don't want me to, but I'd love to know that if you can hear me okay and everything's cool. I haven't done this in a while, so just trying to get back in the swing of things. Make sure that we're all good. Okay. So yeah, I usually have a total plan for these things. I do have on the website the workbook materials that you can do the homework that I'm going to talk about in this episode. I'm going to try and go for an hour to about 6:30 Eastern time, talking about this subject. So if you do have a question that comes up along the way, I'm happy to help with that. So even if you've done kind of all the work to kind of understand who you are, what you want to put out there on social media and all this stuff from the previous week's workshops, and you're still not really feeling it, like you're not feeling like, I don't want to put my face on camera and all that. And that's certainly a strategy. You don't have to do any of this, but it does help putting yourself out there. It really does. And it gets people to connect with you more, trust you more, and actually helps you connect with the right people, people that resonate with you. And those are the people that you actually want following you and interacting with you and subscribing to your channels and things like that, are the ones that genuinely resonate with you. And the best way, the quickest way, the shortcut way to do that is to put yourself out there. So I'm going to go through and walk through some of the tips and strategies and techniques that you can start doing this week. You know, this point of this workshop every Sunday evening is to kind of just give you something, a goal for the week to attempt to achieve, to go after. If you're really looking to kind of grow your account or build on social media, little tips and strategies to get rolling on that. And that can mean for people just starting out or people who are established and just like looking to really just get better, you know, because all this stuff will work for everybody wherever you're at in your, your path forward. Okay. So I'm going to get my notes here, and we're talking about getting confident on camera specifically. So putting yourself out there, either with photos of yourself or more importantly, video. And what I'm doing here, live streaming, is like a little bit more of the, I guess, like the advanced version. I prefer it, honestly, than recording videos. And there's a few reasons why. So when it comes to recording videos of yourself, you can become a little bit overly critical inadvertently, because you have to end up editing yourself. And you can end up, really having a hard time with that, because now you're sitting with yourself for an extended and unreasonable amount of time when it comes to editing videos. Sure, it's something that should be done, and some people see it as an easier way to go about things, but live streaming can be a little bit of a way to get through that. Get yourself presentable, comfortable in front of the camera, looking at the camera, and then you can just start talking. And as long as you have a subject that you can just keep talking about, and then hopefully people trickle in and they want to ask questions or chat, then you can have conversations. And it's a really fun way to actually practice getting yourself out there. But I know not everyone's comfortable with that, so I'm not telling you to start live streaming. What we're going to do, I'm going to go through some of the very, very basics. I'm going to pull up the slide I have. And again, on my website, you'll find, let's see, no, this isn't the one I wanted to show. I'm going to show this one here, and I'm be able to show you guys just a second here. Okay, I'm going to go right here. Okay. So these are like the baby steps to getting comfortable on camera. And again, on my website, there is all the workbook, and all the slides that I'm going to be sharing today are on there. You can access those for free. So those are available for you to do at your own pace anytime. So if you can't really follow along today and take notes, you can always go back to that. And you'll find the Create and Connect link right at the top of my website. Very easy to find. Wherever you're watching this, go to my profile, look under the video. You should be able to find what you're looking for. And if you can't, please drop a comment, let me know, and I'll point you in the right direction. And Christopher's here. So great to see Christopher, who is in the Create Connect Club, and they're creating and connected. So yes, we're all very much so. And it's funny because this Christopher and I really did connect on my live streams. So if anyone has been following our story, that's one way that we did connect. So it can be done, and putting yourself out there, you never know what is going to come back to you when that happens. So if you haven't done anything like this at all, if you're really nervous about doing like a type of selfie video, getting comfortable on camera. And oh, we've got Caroline here too as well. So I'll say hi to Caroline. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. One of the first things you can do is just take the pressure off completely and just start talking to the camera. You don't have to record it. So pick up your phone. We've all got one in our pockets, and you can do this at any time. You just pick up the phone and start looking at yourself on the camera. You don't have to take a picture. You don't have to hit record on the video screen. You can just hold it up and look at it. And from there, you can start to see, well, what would be a good place for the background? What would be a good place for lighting? And I can definitely give some tips for that. But really, this is just about you being comfortable and feeling good about putting yourself out there. So simple as that, just start looking at yourself in the mirror on the phone, right? And figuring out, okay, well, if I stand this way facing the window, I have the nice background. So I could put up my tripod here and have my camera here at this angle and be able to do a little video here, or maybe outside, there's a beautiful spot that you could stand and you like the lighting and the background and everything. So just play around with that and find a good spot that you're comfortable with. Another thing that you can do, like once you kind of get to that point where you're like, okay, I could see myself maybe recording a little video. Don't even do that yet. If you're really not comfortable yet, start with a FaceTime or a video call to a friend. And then you can practice in that spot. You can be like, hey, what do you think of this spot? Do I look good? Isn't this cool? I'm thinking about maybe recording some videos and posting on social media, or just chatting with a friend. Call your friend without any kind of agenda and just practice that way. So that's something that I think a lot of people underutilize, is you can talk to someone directly that's a good friend of yours that you trust, and you can just FaceTime or video chat with them and start to understand, like, oh, they're not having a problem with me. I'm totally normal. Like, this is fine to do. They're not criticizing me. Actually, they're saying really good things about me. So maybe I could record a video. So the next step, and this is way before you even think about posting yourself on social media. This is just practicing getting comfortable. And I really do think if you do have a barrier of like being comfortable on camera, just this kind of practice will help you kind of break through and realize that's not that big of a deal. So once you've kind of maybe had a few FaceTime calls with friends or family, you're just feeling comfortable with that idea, and you've found maybe a good spot with some good lighting, or worked out where you could record yourself. Think about, I'm going to look at my notes here, because I think about like a topic or a subject that you know about. Now, if you watch the previous weeks, which I won't feel bad if you haven't, because I haven't recorded one of these since I think August, maybe earlier. So it's been a while since I've done these videos, but you can catch up if you want to on my website. But once you've kind of done the work to figure out what direction you want to take your channels or your accounts or your social media platform or whatever, you can start talking about the subjects that you've drilled down on in that, doing that work. So it could be subjects that you've done for work. It could be skills you have. It could be part of your education. Anything that you know a lot about, you could just turn that camera on yourself, hit record, and just start talking about that subject. And that may be kind of scary to people. And so if you're like, I don't know where to start, you could go onto YouTube or TikTok or Instagram Reels or something and find a video in that category, watch it, and then have a reaction to it and record yourself reacting to that video or content. giving your insightful response because you are someone that knows about that subject. So I can't tell you what that subject is. That's something you have to do the work on and figure out. But that's a really great way to just kind of get comfortable talking to the camera. So it could be even questions that are addressed. Like if you're out on social media and the algorithm's feeding you subjects you're interested in, and someone asks a question somewhere in the comments and you're like, oh, I know the answer to that, so I'm going to reply. Take a moment to, before you reply, maybe record your video of you answering that question. And it doesn't mean you have to post it. You don't have to post any of this stuff. It's just about getting used to recording yourself and then watching those back, as icky as that sounds, and seeing maybe this is where I say too much. Maybe this is where I look away from the camera too much, or it's just little things. You want to have your own vibe, your own style that's authentic to you, but there's always ways we can improve, right? So in breaking up from long pauses, the I do it a little bit. No one's immune to that. But if it becomes something that really distracts from your content and maybe takes away from the value you're offering, that's when it can become a problem. So it is good to be aware of that stuff so you can hopefully improve on it. But I don't know if you've seen these posts around, but Alex Finn likes to post about this idea all the time, is that these huge celebrities, these huge YouTubers, these huge content creators, if you go back and look at their first video, it's usually pretty terrible. So don't get discouraged. You can record as many videos as you want and never post them. That's okay to do. You can use that as a learning experience, as practice. But my challenge to you is, when you do that, when you are practicing, when you get one that you're like, this is kind of good, I kind of like this one. If you're still not ready to post it, share it with a friend or a mentor, or maybe another account that you are in communication with on social media that you're close to. Share the video and say, hey, I just want some feedback. Do you think this is good enough to post? What do you think I could do better? And make sure it's someone that you trust and value their opinion, and get that feedback. And I'm guarantee if you go through these steps and practice, that person's going to be like, this is awesome. Why aren't you posting this? Because you're going to be at the point where you should be posting this stuff. And I hope that is like step by step how you can get there if this is a barrier for you. And all it is one of those things. It's just practice, right? It's just, you got to keep practicing, keep trying new things. Do selfie videos, do videos just narrating. If you're really not comfortable putting your face out there, you can turn the camera the other direction, hold your phone, record the world around you and narrate it, or maybe screen share or something like that. And you can just do a voiceover. So, I think getting comfortable putting your face out there is a great idea, but I know it's not for everybody and maybe not feasible for everybody. So think about the narration part and just change up the steps that I've talked about here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this slide down, and I'll go ahead and look at the chat, see if there's any questions. So you can go ahead and throw those in there if you'd like. And I will get to a couple other things. Okay, so I hope you guys are here having a great day. All right, so no questions in the chat. That's fine. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining me. I'm going to go for a little bit longer, but I do want to share a little bit here. We have another referral link. So I work with CARD a lot, CARRD. This is just a way to support my content and what I do. And this, I believe, will take you to my free course. It's a template and beginner course to get a website. So I'm all about putting up a website, because no matter how big your presence is on social media or all the places that you are, there's still a chance that it could all fall apart and one day your account suspended, right? We hear about this all the time. It is scary. So I'm all about putting up a website, most basic, simple website or landing page that you can do just so that you can start collecting emails for your audience. And I've been doing this along with you guys. I'm not a huge account. I'm building, I'm growing, I'm doing these things that I'm talking about. And originally I did have a card website, but I grew and put into did Squarespace for mine now because I have a lot to put out there. But this is perfect to start with. And I did this for many years. I just had a card website and I was able to start collecting emails. Now my email list isn't that great, and I haven't been very attentive to it, but I did send out an email today letting people know about my live streams and what spaces I have going on this week. So hopefully people can join. And if you did get that email, I hope you'll be okay with being subscribed. As some point in the process of knowing me, you did sign up. I've been neglecting it. So there might be people being like, oh, where'd this come from? But it's something I'm going to be doing every week so that you can stay informed about when I'm going live and what I've got going on. So I hope you find that helpful. And if you want to subscribe to that, just go ahead to my website. Again, you can find this link below the video in most places or on my profile. Go ahead, katebly.com, and you should get a pop-up that tells you to subscribe. If not, you go to the live page or just scroll down on the website and you'll find the sign up for the newsletter link there. And then you'll get all those notifications when I'm going live, what the topics are going to be for the week, and the things we're going to discuss. So if you want to come and prepare, practice, share what you've been working on, these workshops, I'd love to see what you produce. If any of these tips or suggestions are helpful to you, if you do end up creating a post based on anything that I've shared in any of these workshops, even the past ones, I'd love to feature people who have benefited from it on the streams, and that just increases your reach, gets you more followers and everything like that. So I hope to do that. And let's see what else I wanted to talk about. I could talk about, let's see. One of the things that we could talk about is actual like equipment and stuff that you can use. So I use StreamYard, and I'll just make sure if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat as we go, just talking about putting yourself out on camera. So the tools that I use, I'll talk about what I use because there's many, many tools out there and it can become overwhelming. But the first tool, the most simple tool, and what everyone should really experiment with is their phone. Everyone's got one. There are fantastic cameras. They're fantastic video recorders. So use that. That's what I use for a lot of stuff. And I was a professional photographer for many years, still kind of am. And I have all that equipment, but you're still seeing me use the camera that's on my laptop right in front of me, and I have my phone over here, and I use that for a lot of my video content as well. I do have a GoPro, and I do have my actual professional photo gear that I could be using, and maybe someday I'll set that up. But for now, this works for me because it's very quick, it's very easy. It's just me. I don't need to have a big complicated setup. I do have a mic here that is wired into my computer. So that is a choice, right? This one here I'm using is compatible to be wireless as well. They can connect to radio transmitters so that I could take this out in the wild and have it connect to a camera and record my audio. So, but for many years, I have a MacBook Pro that I'm looking at right now. For many years, I just used the audio that was built into the actual laptop. The microphone and speaker on here is very good, and it worked just fine for what I was doing for a long time. So experiment with what you have. Like, there's no reason to buy anything new. Experiment with what you already have. So if you have a nice laptop, if you have a nice computer, most likely it has a very good microphone and it has a very good camera already built in. And if not, you should be able to connect your phone. iPhones have very good microphones and cameras in them. I have like the cheapest one available, and it's excellent. So that's something you can set up. The one thing I do recommend people, if you don't have one, is some sort of a tripod. And you want one that is fairly versatile. Most people will say, oh, you just need a little tabletop one and that'll be fine. Yeah, that's fine if you if you really only spend like maybe $20 to $50 for it. I wouldn't spend any more than that for something like that. If you're going to spend more money on a tripod, you should get a bigger one that can be short, but then can also be very tall. And then you can also use it as a selfie stick. You can use it for many other scenarios than just at your desk. So just thinking about that, that's the only thing I ever recommend people purchasing for gear. But I really, really, really do recommend taking a look at what you've got, your inventory around you already in your arm's reach, and seeing what you can do with that and going from there. Because a lot of us just have the stuff already, and what's stopping us is the excuses in our head that we can't put ourselves out there, and blaming the gear or the tools or whatever that we have to pretty much like stop us from doing that. And that's very common. And, a lot of what I talk about is kind of like breaking through and figuring out what is it that's actually stopping us from moving forward and things. And most of the time it's ourselves and not the others around us, or like the equipment that we have. Because guess what? You've got some of the most amazing equipment, far better than what they were using for professional broadcast recordings, 20 years ago, you've got in your pocket. So I don't know what your excuse is. So play around with that. The next big thing is probably to think about, besides like, audio and video. I mean, audio is definitely more important. So if you do test recording with your phone and the audio is no good, then you might want to think about a microphone. This is a lav mic. I just like them better, but you can get like the podcasting mics that are very popular. But find out, do your research and find out what you want to use and make sure it works with whatever phone or video equipment you're using. But the next step is lighting. Okay, so lighting is the next thing that, besides audio, that I would want to just recommend people consider. So what do we do about lighting? Well, I have $5 light bulbs that are lighting me right now, and I'm totally fine with that. Best thing is a window, but here it's like dark at 4 p.m. So I can't use window light. So the shortcut is a window, right? So first, is it daytime? Is there a window that I can use? And can I just stand in front of a window and light myself? So you're thinking about positioning your computer so it's looking at a window. You'll notice there isn't a window behind me. It's in front of me. Even though it's nighttime, I do position my computer this way. So if I do a call during the day, I'm already positioned and ready to go. I position my desk so I'm looking out a window, and then I don't need lighting during the day because the light will come in the window. Only thing you need to consider with that is if you are south facing and you have that direct sun coming at you from the window. So that would mean that the sun is in your eyes when you're looking, like you would have to put sunglasses on. That I would want to avoid. You can do that with choosing a different window, or north facing is probably best, or some sort of shades that are diffusing and they are white. Any kind of color will screw up how your lighting looks and is perceived when it's recorded. So just like, you think about a sheer fabric or something that's white, you can have that as a curtain to diffuse the sunlight that's coming in. But those are just some considerations. And guess what? That's free, guys. Like a window, you've got them. It's free. You might have to just redecorate your room a little bit or find a different place. That's where you can, if you were planning on sitting at your desk and recording videos this way, that's definitely the best way. And if you have your phone and you want to be able to move around, how easy is it just to stand in front of a window, looking out the window and record yourself? You're going to have beautiful lighting and you don't even have to think about it. Outside, the outside version of that, if you are looking to use natural light, the best way is to find shade and have a dark background. So this is like a portrait photography hack to kind of just, if I'm thrown into a situation and I need to get a decent portrait of someone pretty quickly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in the shade and make sure they have a dark background. So that could be, a wall of forest. It could be a dark painted building. And I'm also going to separate them from that background. So I'm not going to be right up against it. It's going to be several feet away. So that is a lighting hack for outdoors using natural sunlight. Now, when you don't have sunlight, now we have to start thinking about lights. And this is where those like ring lights and all these other fancy lights start to come into play. But I actually have right here what I use. So I'm going to share this. And then we'll probably wrap up here soon. I have $5 light bulbs. These are daylight bulbs. So that means it's a blue light. Okay, that matches the sun. And that's what I want. I don't want a bulb that's going to turn me that yellow incandescent color, that warm color. So you'll see often on YouTubers, you'll have the person illuminated and then behind them, you'll see like yellow lights and things. And that's very easy to do because you can have your main light being that daylight color. So a natural, what the color of the sun is. And behind them is that incandescent warm, we think of the cabin in the woods at night with the light on and that warm glow coming through the window. So that's just a regular incandescent bulb, or in the days of LEDs, what do they call it? Warm lighting. I don't remember what they call it, but you'll see on the boxes. One will say daylight and the other one will say, I don't know, warm lighting or something like that. So if you're trying to light your face, I would recommend going with the daylight bulb. And it's kind of an aversion to people. People don't like these in their houses because it is kind of like this like aggressive light compared to that warm lighting. But for you to come through naturally on the screen to people with an actual natural skin tone instead of like that warm orangey yellowish color, that's what you would want to get. And I just buy the bulbs and I put them in my lamps and then I'm good to go. And of course, this isn't my optimal setup, but this is my hack setup, and it's fine until I get my optimal setup going, which I'm going to be doing in the coming month or so. And hopefully we'll have, oh my goodness, a fly just landed on my computer. This is live, folks. Okay, what do? I think I get this napkin here, or this towel, and I just crush it. It's cold in here, so it can't fly really. Okay. Oh my God, so weird, guys. Okay, I would show you, but oh my God, this is real. Oh my God. I'm gonna take a sip of water while I'm at it. Now, so that's how I can get fantastic lighting for next to free or affordable. So if you are thinking about doing like live streaming like this, or recording videos where your face is showing, think about that for those things that I suggested for lighting. Experiment with those first before you spend money on like a ring light or these other, they call it like YouTube lights and all this stuff. Excuse me. Okay, so then if those solutions that I'm talking about don't really work for you, so what? You didn't spend any money. You maybe just spent a little bit of time experimenting and you found out that doesn't work. So you're going to have to get something, because some people are in the basement, or they don't have a window available or whatever. Totally understandable. and you have to try and figure out different things. All right, so that's lighting. Talked about audio, and we talked about video equipment. So hopefully I took down all the barriers that are preventing you from doing this. And you can start considering, okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe it doesn't have to be as big as a production as most people seem to make it. And you can just really just start experimenting and trying things. So let's see. I think that's probably gonna be most of what I'm going to talk about. Let me just check my notes and make sure. And if anybody has any questions about this, if anyone is unsure if they're ready to post their videos and they want some feedback, I'm always open to that too. You can always send me stuff and I'll give you some feedback if you want. And I will suggest again, I will just get this up here so people can find what they need here. And I'm going to go here. So this is how you can get to the workshop. There's a workbook to help you walk you through the steps that I've talked about today, as far as just getting started recording yourself. It outlines all that, and also the slides that I showed, and all the replays from the video. So this is going to be available to rewatch in there. Also the past weeks. This is week 9 of my workshop series. And I think I have like 15 weeks, 18. I don't even know. I have so many, goes super in depth. We're going to basically, from someone that if you have no idea what you want to do on social media, you just kind of are interested, you want to head in that direction, or it's like a hobby and you want to take it to the next level, or maybe you are established, but you're like, I don't know, I lost my direction, I need to start from scratch again almost. Go and watch these replays, because I just break it down for you. And all this stuff I do along with you. So everything that I talk about in these, I've done in the past, and I've also done to work on my content and make what I do better and just have confidence in what I'm doing, because there's stuff coming from every direction and people suggesting things. You should do this, you should do that. What I do, and hopefully what I can translate to you guys, is like, it can be whatever version of that you want. And it's only going to make sense for you if it fits who you are. And so figuring out who you are is like a huge part of this. Like, who wants to do that? But really, once you kind of do that, you realize what you have to offer, what value you have to provide, what skills you've got already inside you. You don't even need to change. You don't even need to do anything. You don't even need to buy anything. You just need to start communicating what it is you already know and your expertise, and you'll start to attract the people that you've been kind of like trying to find. And I've been focusing on X as the platform for this. And a lot of the people watching here are probably watching me on X, because that's where I'm most active. And what I've been doing is all I'm talking about since day one, since I started on the platform. I kind of was lost, didn't have much direction, and I refocused my energy through this whole process. And I did very well. And I'm not selling anything, guys. This is all free. So yeah, I mean, if you want to support me and everything, I have my partnerships and affiliate links and stuff on my website, and you're welcome to check those out. I always just work with partners that I actually use, like I use something and then I reach out and say, hey, do you have an affiliate program or something? And then I work with companies that way, because it's already tools that I use and apps that I use, or what I use for my clients and things like that. So that's how this works. So totally free. And you can tune in I'm going to be doing this every Sunday, same time, same place, wherever you're watching me. And if you can't make it live, the recordings will be on my website, katebly.com/create. So I hope you'll join me there. All right. Next thing, I'm going to just grab a sip of water, guys. Okay. So how's everyone doing tonight? Good. I'm not done for the day, by the way. I have a space coming up, 50 minutes or so from now. 7 p.m. Eastern time is going to be a space on X. So if you're not on X or you're not on Spaces or you have no idea what I'm talking about or whatever, follow the link here. You can also, with the QR code, will take you right where you need to go. If you don't have an X account, create one and then follow the link, sign in, and then follow this. Or go to my website again. You go to the page that says live, the live page, and all the links you need to find where I'm at, what I'm doing will be there. And if you're on my email list, you would have gotten the email with all the links in it too. So I try and make it easy for you guys to find what I'm up to. So what the space is just our community hangout. So that's my community on X is the collaboration station. And it's all about collaborating, meeting new accounts, connecting with new people. The collaboration part for me is about just meeting people and being like, this is someone that I connect with in some way. I want to follow them. I want to see what they're doing. Maybe I can help them. Maybe they can help me. I'll reach out. And that's how these collaborations start. It's kind of like an organic process. You can't really force stuff. So this is where that opportunity comes up. And if there's anything that I talked about today that you have questions about, this is a place to bring it up as well. The discussions, we go into a lot of social media topics. Tonight, it's just going to be a general, like what you got going on, what are you doing, what are your plans for the week? And I'll be there, of course. I'm hosting it. So you can say hi to me. You can just listen if you want to just listen. You can participate in the conversation as much as you want or as little as you want. If you don't want to go on X, you can watch this on YouTube and on Facebook as well. So you can find that on my channels there. Just go ahead to my events or the live video tab on YouTube, and you'll find all the links you need. Everything should be there. So I hope you'll join me there. And, I think that I've pretty much covered it. All the confidence is for putting yourself out there. Oh, wait. I did forget something. So what's the homework, right? So I kind of always give on these workshops maybe a little bit of homework if you want it. I changed that wording a little bit to goal for the week. I like homework. That is a motivator for me as an adult. As a teen, no, was not at all. But as an adult, I kind of enjoy a little bit of homework. So I do have the workbook pages for you, for other people like me that like a little bit of like writing things down and trying things. But we also have the goal for the week here. So start recording yourself. This is your goal. If you haven't done a video recording yourself, try it, okay? If you're not ready for this, that's okay, but this is the goal for you to try. Talk to the camera. You can talk about yourself, right? So if you're doing the past week's workshops on my website, you can record your talking about yourself, do your story, your narrative, right? Because that work we did in past weeks, or you can catch up and watch those videos and figure out what is your story, what is your narrative, and you could record that. And what a powerful way to get into practice recording yourself, or react to a video. Pick a topic that you know a lot about, find questions you know the answers to, and just answer those questions in video form. And then share that video with someone for feedback. You don't even have to post it. You can share it with me if you want, or you can post it for feedback if you're so bold. Put it out there on social media, tag me, and then I will check it out and maybe feature it next week if you want. So that's your goal for the week. Put out a video recording yourself. Again, you don't have to post it. That's probably like extra credit if you want extra credit for the homework, if you're an overachiever. Yeah, post it. But if you don't want to post it, just share it with somebody who's going to give you honest feedback. And if you don't have somebody to share it with and you're not sure, share it with me. I'm happy to give you that feedback and let you know what I think of it. And this is how you get started doing it, you guys. And a lot of people certainly don't have that kind of option or this kind of like hand holding for this stuff. They just kind of just try it, and maybe they get discouraged because it wasn't in the right kind of environment. But the community I've built on X and the people that I'm surrounded by there are really supportive, really wonderful people, and they will give you honest critique, ways to improve, because we want to improve, but we also want to feel good about ourselves, right? So no one's going to cut you down in a way that feels negative or hurtful. It's always going to be constructive because we all want to get better together. So I hope that you can feel comfortable doing that. All right, so I'm going to say goodnight for now, because coming up very soon, in about 45 minutes or so, we're going to have the space, and that's going to be just a fun hangout. I'm going to talk about, I'll probably talk about these workshops a little bit. If anyone that wants to know more about like how I started doing this and the strategy I used to kind of build this out, it's very interesting. If anyone wants to get into that, or if you have an idea to do something similar to this, I can happily advise, talk about the tools I use to kind of just get this out there as quickly and as simple as possible, because I work alone, and talking about collaborations that are coming up. So I've got a lot of those coming up too. So lots to chat about, and I want to hear what you guys are doing as well. So if you've got something that you got in the works and you want to get people excited about it and following you and talking about it and sharing what you're doing, make sure you come and share that. And there's going to probably be some people there who are interested, and I'm sure I will be too, because I'm always curious about what people are doing and building on X or anywhere. Even if you're not primarily on X, you're primarily on another platform, still come and chat with us at the X space. And I'll put that up again. The here we go. Let me do this so that you guys can join us. Come talk about what you're doing. And that's a step too. If you're not ready to put your face on camera, you want to be comfortable talking about what you're doing. And this is a great place to practice that. Really welcoming environment. And I'm happy to ask questions to you if you're not sure where to go. You just want to come say hi, and then I'll do the rest of the work and make it easy for you to share a little bit about yourself. Thanks so much for watching today. So great to see all of you in the chat and saying hi. So cool. I'm all over the place, guys. How do I get out of here? This one? There we go. So great seeing all of you. And join me next week. Next week's topic. I should have paid attention. Next week's topic. I didn't get ready. Where is it? Probably should have figured this out before I started the stream, but I do want to let you guys know. So let me go there and figure it out. Okay. Sorry, guys. I want to let you know what's coming up next week so that you can prepare for it. All right, let's get in there. The next week will be, the process that I use for my content. Ooh, my process for content is awesome. And it's so, I simplified it down. So simple for you guys. So that's going to be fun. It's like really easy for anyone who's kind of got a wall, like, I don't know what to post, I don't know what to do. This is how I do it. And you can use my strategy and copy me and everything and get you started. Like, because a lot of the stuff, it's like people just don't know where to start, don't know what to do, and then start posting inauthentic things. So this is going to get you started on the right path, no matter where you're at. So if you need a reset or you're just beginning, this is going to be a great one. So next Sunday, make sure you tune in for that. Follow me on X, have notifications on for live videos on YouTube or on Facebook, wherever you're watching this. Stay tuned and make sure you're following me so you can join me next week. That's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Gunky. And thank you, Christopher, for jumping in the chat. Great to see you guys. And I'll hopefully see you at the space later. Have a wonderful night if I don't get to chat with you again, and see you at the next live stream. Bye, guys.